bro. Oh, my bad, guys. I was supposed to watch like so many things I was supposed to post. I did not do any of that. But yeah. Anyways, yeah, my fault. Sorry for that. This game's so good.
You're looking at an addict, but not to drugs, something much harder and much more noble drug dealing. It feels good to supply the community with product that they really want and treasure. It,
You
it
watch this though.
really, I'm like Santa Claus, but with smokable items that they really enjoy. Schedule One's got me in a titty twister. I love that game so much.
Bro, shit,
And
me too, bro.
yesterday, I made a video talking about an investigation that's been launched into Schedule 1 on the grounds of potential copyright infringement. It was launched by a publisher called Movie Games, and they have a title that also competes in the genre called Drug Dealer Simulator. It's a very competitive genre now. It is cutthroat out here. It's like rival cartels going at each other now. And over the last 24 hours, there's been a lot of new developments here in this season of Breaking Bad Gamer Edition. A lawsuit if Movie Games decided to pursue it. But right now, what it is an investigation after they've said they've identified infringing material in like the narrative mechanics UI. I also saw other words expressed saying they identified characteristics of unfair competition. But anyway, there's not.
Bro. I think they kind of mad because Schedule 1's Loki doing better than their game. Maybe. I don't know. But just what I'm saying. Game is so, oh my lord, bro. Everyone's playing it. What the hell? Hunting drug dealer. Yeah, everyone's literally playing it.
Not an official lawsuit they filed. It is an investigation, which, yes, could lead to a lawsuit later on if Movie Games decides they want to go down that path. Nintendo did something similar pretty recently with Pow World, where they investigated Pow World and then later down the line launched their lawsuit. So it could happen, but from their statement, it sounds like that's not what they're trying to do. Dear gamers, we'd like to address the Schedule 1 drug dealer simulator situation and share some facts. 1. There is no lawsuit. 2. It is not our intention to prevent Tyler Video Game Studio from selling or developing their game. 3. There's an investigation into the nature of similarities between the games since a preliminary legal analysis indicated there might have been an infringement. 4. The analysis and investigation were necessary in light of repeating opinions that the games are very similar. By not investigating it, Movie Games, being a publicly traded company, could face severe consequences for negligence. Let me just take a brief pause here. That one is really confusing to me because obviously there's going to be similarities between the games. They're in the same fucking genre. That's to be expected. There's nothing copyright infringing about sharing mechanics in the same genre. There's only so many things you can do to make fucking weed, right? But you're saying that repeating opinions are what drove you to this about how similar they are. How does that work when you filed this investigation the same day Schedule 1 launched? They filed this on March 24th, the launch day of Schedule 1. How
We got names around here. Is that supposed to be some? Oh, yo, that's crazy. That is crazy. It's oh, crazy.
how many repeating opinions could there have possibly been? Like, it's not like this is something that had been simmering and bubbling over like speculation. Did Schedule 1 infringe upon Drug Dealer Simulator's copyright? Like, that wasn't a prevailing thought process. This happened immediately when Schedule 1 launched. My best guess is they're referring to their legal analysis that had this repeating opinion that they share a lot of suspicious similarities. But that doesn't really pass the smell test for me either because there's other drug dealing games out there that I think share more in common with Drug Dealer Simulator than Schedule 1 does, and they didn't get hit with an investigation by Movie Games. And another thing that really baffles me, why just Schedule 1? From what I've seen, I don't think Movie Games has gone after other drug dealing simulator games like Weed Shop, for example, a game near and dear to my boners. Weed Shop and Drug Dealer Simulator also share a lot in common. Like a lot, they do. But Weed Shop didn't have Movie Games knocking on their door, taking a peek under the hood to make sure everything was, A-OK there with no infringements. And while I understand companies have to defend their copyright, otherwise they're going to lose it, and it's a big problem for them, it's something I'm very well aware of, I've talked about it before, this doesn't really feel to me like a case of them doing that just for the sake of, like, doing their due diligence, making sure, like, no one tries to hit them for negligence, because they haven't done this for any of the other drug dealing games in the genre, like Weed Shop and other ones that do share similarities, a lot of similarities with Drug Dealer Simulator. It seems like it is specifically targeted at Schedule 1, and none of the others. Anyway, though, to number 5.
Like I said, it's probably because like, wait, drug dealer simulator. Let me see the game. Dude. Okay, let me see. Yeah, somewhat. Low-key, somewhat similar. It is Schedule 1, but less goofy. That's basically what it is. Schedule one it just looks. It's the look. It just looks goofy as hell.
They said, the above was communicated only via SP, a stock market communication system where we are obligated to publish such information for full transparency. Not publishing it would also be a case of negligence. From there, it was picked up by media and in some cases wrongfully reported as a lawsuit. And then number 6. The above is handled only by Movie Games, the publisher, not Byte Runners, the developer of Drug Dealer Simulator. The developer is not involved in it whatsoever. There's no ill will towards Tyler. We even emailed them best wishes shortly before the release when the game was already huge, but before the investigation was deemed necessary. However, we are obligated to perform this investigation, act accordingly to the scope of the infringements if it's confirmed, and inform the public about it via SP. So, there's quite a bit I want to say here. So number 1, they're 100% right on. There is no lawsuit. They have not filed a lawsuit. It is an investigation. Could lead to a lawsuit if they choose to, and that's something they mentioned at the end. They might go down that path, or maybe they'll ask Tyler to change certain things about the game. Who's to say? But there is no lawsuit. That is correct. But my 2 cents, this really does feel like they are trying to find some wiggle room, some ground to stand on for action against Schedule 1 in some capacity. I think number 2, they're probably absolutely right about that. They're not trying to have it, get taken down or have Tyler not be able to sell it or anything. Probably not going that route. I think they're trying to look for some kind of middle ground of you change these things or you infringed upon this copyright, so here's, a price you'll have to pay for that. So something in that realm is more what I think the goal is, because this doesn't feel like just normal routine, business as usual here, because they haven't done it for other drug dealing games that share plenty of similarities with Drug Dealer Simulator. But what I really want to make a mention of here is that the tone of this is far more friendly than the investigation seems. This seems like they're trying to just, hey, we love Tyler and what he's done with Schedule 1. We just had to investigate because we're a publicly traded company and we want to make sure everyone knows that we're doing our due diligence, there's no negligence here, we're making sure it's just some coinky dinks. We're in the same genre. It's just going to be a couple of little similarities, but nothing infringing or anything. That's kind of how it comes across here, but in the investigation, they have kind of a different tone to it. Instead of saying, we're just checking things out to make sure, they explicitly use the word identified. In 2 instances that I can find on the investigation report, there has been a mention of they identified unfair acts of competition, and that they have identified several elements that were used that infringe.
Let me see. Okay. So let's go. Movie Game noticed that similarities in the game. Wasting no time, they decided to launch an investigation according to the report from Business Business.pop. How much release schedule and internal analysis of the company's IP, including Drug Dealer Simulator 1 and Drug Dealer Simulator 2, as well as Schedule 1 project, was initiated by the company. This analysis immediately identified the use of several elements of protected by copyright, including parts of the game's storyline, mechanics, and UI.
Friends on their copyrights, in story, mechanics, and UI. That's very different than just saying, hey, we're just checking things out. Hey, we're just doing a little perusal here. Maybe it's a mistranslation. I think that's definitely possible here from the initial reports. But when you say things like you have identified the unfair acts of competition, you have identified several elements that were protected by copyright, that's already saying you have found things that you believe there is an issue with. And now you are investigating further in case there's more, or to analyze the extent of it. Whereas in the statement, they portray it as though this is just something they need to do as a publicly traded company because there's similarities and they want to ensure there's no copyright infringement. They talk about how there may be copyright infringement, so they just needed to check and make sure. Whereas in the investigation report, they do explicitly say that they identified the usage of several things that were protected by copyright. So, to me, that's just a little contradictory. I think that conflicts a little bit there. Now, again, it could be a mistranslation. I do think that's definitely possible. We'll have to wait and see what shakes out from all of this. But there just is a difference to them saying, oh, we just do this because these games are really similar, we want to make sure everything's okay, versus we identified things that are not okay, and now we're investigating further. Those are just...
It's kind of the difference between using ChatGPT. Okay, I'm not saying they did. I'm just saying it's the difference between asking ChatGPT to write the poem, basically a sentence for you, and just writing it and paraphrasing it.
2 very different things in my eyes. Now, as I mentioned, the developers behind the game also came forward. They said, in light of the recent movie games vs. Schedule 1 legal investigation controversy, I would like to state that we, Byte Runners, the development studio behind Drug Dealer Simulator series, do not have any ill intentions towards neither Schedule 1, Tyler, or the game community. Actions taken by our publisher, Movie Games, are part of their internal policy and business interest, which we have no influence over. We were not informed about their plans and are also surprised by this course of action. We are currently in talks with Movie Games on the matter. For now, we do not want to publicly neither condone nor approve the actions before these talks come to any conclusions. And then they go on to congratulate Tyler for the success of Schedule 1 and mentions that they want everyone to just support whatever game they choose and want to make their game the best it can possibly be. Byte Runners themselves obviously had no hand in any of this. This was solely a decision made by Movie Games, and Byte Runner comes out to confirm that and even mentions that they were just as surprised as everyone else was with this action that Movie Games has taken here. Now, I saw some people upset that they didn't fully come out with, like, the iron fist and say this was really bad for Movie Games, but I understand it's a very tricky situation for them to be in because that's their publisher. They can't just bite the hand that feeds them like that and potentially just lose their studio like that. It's not something that any developer can reasonably do. So I think it's a very unfair criticism of Byte Runners. I think this statement is totally fine. And there's something in here that I find very interesting about how this all unfolded. Byte Runners said they were just as surprised as everyone else, meaning Movie Games must not have consulted any of the developers about this copyright infringement that they believe was potentially happening. How the fuck would the publisher pursue this without even consulting the developers of the title? It's not like they were in the lab, like, fucking coding it themselves, making the game. How could they possibly say that something was potentially stolen from them, or toes were stepped on in regards to their copyright with Schedule 1 without ever even talking to your own developers about it? That feels so weird to me. I don't know if that's weird to anyone else, but I thought that just sounded really backwards. Now, I did reach out to both Byte Runners as well as Movie Games to ask more specifics about what they think could even potentially be a copyright infringement between these two titles, and why this action would be taken against Schedule 1 but no other Drug Dealer Simulator game, because I truly can't wrap my noodle around what could possibly be a copyright infringement here in the first place. Drug Dealer Simulator was not the only drug dealing sim game on the market. There's a handful of them. There's nothing super unique about that concept. There's nothing there that I believe is exclusive to just Movie Game.
I cannot, bro. I just want to hop on the game right now. I'm looking tweaking, bro. Okay, I'm trolling. I'm not trolling. It's literally, okay. I literally want to hop on the game. I was literally supposed to hop on the game right now. I was thinking about it. I was like, yo, I was gonna hop on it, but oh my lord, bro. I'm literally, I'm tweaking, bro. Literally tweaking. They keep winning. Like, whoa. Try to do it. 3, 2, 5. No. Why the hell that?
Refresh your back.
No. Okay, yeah. I'm gonna hop on it. No, don't. No. And how the hell does how does WinRAR make money? This guy's giving things for free. I low-key thought about that. First open world invisible, yeah. And I was watching this. This is so. I'm gonna buy the skateboard.
What you're looking at is one of.
What the hell is that, bro? But oh yeah, this is fucking Phantom getting arrested. Phantom Loki got arrested, bro. This is body cam on Twitch streamer Phantom arrested for allegedly skipping court.
Negative 28, Santa Purple Lamborghini covered in Christmas lights, 92 and Woodlands. Hello.
I know it looks crazy. My bad. His driver's license. How you doing?
I'm alright, how are you? What are you doing tonight?
I put the ones
Got anybody else down there?
I put the ones I got you.
You know what I'm stopping you for this morning at this point?
I think it's the lights.
It's not the lights, you don't have a license plate. Yeah, what's going on with that?
I know it sounds good.
Whose car is it?
It's mine.
It's your car?
Yeah.
So what's going on with your tag?
No, I forgot to have it on.
You forgot to have it
I
on?
don't drive this car that much. I was doing a video for it. That's what lights.
Okay. How long have you owned it? I just need some sort of proof that you own the car.
Okay, let's get you, like, registration?
Yeah.
Yeah. Bro.
Where y'all coming tonight? Or coming from tonight?
Go home, I'm living
You're going home? Where you coming from?
from home. I was shooting a video.
So you're shooting a video. Alright. Anything to drink tonight?
Nah,
Smoke anything?
nah, I don't smoke.
Take any prescription medication?
Nah.
Illegal narcotics?
Wait. Are cops even allowed to post the body cam like that? Because just do they aren't they supposed to like keep it to like keep it for what's it called? The just for themselves. Like just keep it for themselves and the whole county. I don't think they're supposed to be able to release it.
Go for it. Copy it, 1028. Charlie X-Ray Foxtrot 7550. There you go. Make sure the VIN's the correct VIN number. 2291. Alright. Give me a moment, I'll be right back with you, okay?
When cops usually do that, bro, they can take like 30 minutes to come back. Guys are gonna stall, bro, crazy, bro.
Security Alpha 41, clear for traffic, negative 29.
Good.
10-4, comes back to a 2021 Lamborghini blue in color to a murder subject out of Marietta, showing registration expired, valid insurance, negative 29.
Clear, put it 10.7.
Go ahead.
071 248 580 42. You start this way on South 92.
Clear, 36 0.
30, clear 104. Security 2091, unit clear for 105.
Expired. And suspended all for failure to appear.
He is suspended,
Yes, driver is.
but he doesn't have a 1017.
No.
Okay, well, driving suspended.
Yeah. Do you want it since you spotted it?
Nope, this is your stop.
Okay.
You're the decision maker on this.
Yeah.
This is your stop. Get it. Which is interesting. This is not the first time I've seen this vehicle.
Oh yeah.
No, I saw it at 92 in Indian Valley pulling out. He did the same thing. I don't know if you heard it. But he crested the hill past my traffic
Security
stop.
Alpha 41, clear for traffic, negative 29.
Good.
He just
Number
died.
27 from Factor Roberta, subject out of Marietta, showing Class B Charlie, suspended, negative 29.
Okay, so we're clear on what's happening.
Yeah.
What do you want to do with the car?
He says he lives in here. He's got a buddy. If his buddy's got a valid driver's license and wants to take it to the house, I'd be okay with that.
Okay. That sounds fair.
Yeah. Jesus. So where do you live? That's right there.
Left, right, right.
Okay. Do me a favor. Come on back here with me for a moment. You got any weapons with you? Guns, knives, explosives? Come on back here, find my car. Nothing illegal on you. Well, why is your license suspended?
It is?
Yeah.
What's it?
Why?
What does it say?
You said you got a feeling why I might say that.
Because I had a ticket, but the lawyers handle it, so I don't know how it works.
It's saying it's suspended for failure to appear. So you didn't show up for a court hearing, and so the judge suspended your license, okay? Because of that, you are under arrest. Put your hands behind you.
Suspended his license is actually, yeah, they basically, they make it over, you know, they over dramatic, not over dramatic, they basically give you a very harsh punishment for everything, because like you can put anyone's life in danger and stuff like that.
Can I pass this?
Hang on for a second. Right now, just put your hand behind your back.
I got you.
Yeah.
I got you.
So you got a driver's license?
There's ID on there, yeah. Can I get the phone? Because I'll maybe the phone if I leave.
Let me get your ended.
Make sure everything is coordinated. So keep the phone and your ID in here.
Alright, listen.
Alright, you go grab it.
Actually, look, you can have my glove.
I got the driver's license.
You want this to go to
Yo, tell Steve to come get this V.
You live over there at 204?
You see I'm a block away from home?
Okay. Does he got a driver's license?
Yeah.
You okay if he drives your car over there?
Yeah, cool.
So Okay. Cool. So you're being charged with two things. One is expired registration. Or I'm sorry, not having registration on the car because the registration was expired in 2023.
Well, that's the picture I showed you. It still was expired.
Still expired.
So the car's registered in New York now. I just showed you that for verification that I own the vehicle.
Okay, so then it's an unregistered motor vehicle.
No, it's registered.
In New York.
Exactly.
How long have you lived here? 'Cause you said you live over there at 204.
You're right, but there's a temporary. No, I have all the paperwork for it, but I understand. Okay.
Go ahead and face the car for me. The registration issue is something that I would release on citation. You're going to jail for the
suspended license, yeah.
because it was a failure to appear specifically. Okay.
Right.
You got anything on you that's illegal?
No.
Nothing that can poke me, stick me, hurt me?
No, it should be fine.
All right. Spread your feet apart for me.
He really says, oh yeah, says something.
Just go on the setup for me.
Can I get my phone?
I'll get it. It can't go with you.
Okay.
But I'll take it. It's gonna meet you at the jail.
Got it.
Yeah, you'll be able to get phone numbers out of it.
Go ahead. All right.
What do you do for work?
I make YouTube videos.
You make YouTube videos?
Yeah.
Alright, what should I get in here?
Go ahead.
Say however you got to get comfortable.
Let's do it. How far is it? Is it a far ride?
10, 15 from here. Who do you want to take your car? Is it the dude that was in the passenger or that guy? Awesome.
It is a Thursday morning here in Toronto, Canada. We just finished dropping our kids off to school, my husband and I. We have 3 kids. And I just sit here with so much gratitude because the amount of time that we have on a weekday to spend doing whatever we want is such a blessing and it's such a luxury, all because I took a leap of faith back in 2019. Oh, there's the GO train right there. I took a big, massive leap of faith back in 2019 where I looked into an online...
Damn, bro, Bro really went to jail. He didn't really. He probably just had to pay a fine. Wait,
I moved a few more things
maybe
around in my room.
like maybe a day or two in jail. Maybe, I don't know. I don't know anything about it. I'm not a cop, police officer, bro. Let me actually watch this. How Schedule 1 broke the gaming industry. Let me see this. Oh, okay.
AAA gaming used to be great. Take a handful of talented developers, stick them in a room together, give them an unlimited budget, and you're guaranteed a 10 out of 10 game. It was flawless. until one of them discovered the infinite money glitch and the whole industry has shifted to exploiting it ever since. That's why it's always refreshing whenever an indie game made by a solo developer like Schedule 1 comes out of nowhere and proceeds to gap every game on the market. This is a game where you build an empire. What kind of empire, you ask?
Ketamine!
Disclaimer. Boba does not condone the recreational use or distribution of illicit substances. Please join in prayer to the algorithm gods to prevent them from taking over this video. Listen, as a talentless and useless member of society, it's in my best interest to have a backup hustle for when all other avenues in my life inevitably fail.
And only sell things
You gotta, make the bread. Find a way to make that.
at the latest time zone.
What the? Where'd you get that fit, bro?
In the middle of the night. What do you mean?
So I jumped off the porch, I'm a criminal now, I'm producing illegal substances in a van in the desert. Wait a minute. Anyway, your mentor Uncle Nelson shows you the basics like how to grow tree, package, and sell it. And then he gets detained. And then your van fucking blows up. So the story's
also confused, like how the hell did they find where he was? But like yeah, they have their ways. And they blew up the guy's van. Bro, first time I actually did it, I was in there. No, I wasn't. I left it. I left all my supplies in there. Every single thing. I left every single thing. All my, you know, all the drugs and everything. I left every single thing in there. Boom. I came back. I just started the game, right? I came back. Tell me why I see the whole car, the van burning. Like, I was so confused. What the hell? And after I see a note right beside it, oh, your biggest op did this. Your biggest op did this. It's in my town, bitch ass nigga. That's what I heard. I literally saw it. Then after I was like, your town? I'm gonna take that shit over. You can call me the big bad now. Then after I said fucking everything up. I'm not even halfway done with the game, bro. I still suck at it, but it is what it is.
It's not exactly Breaking Bad or anything, but that's not really the point of this game anyway. The gameplay loop is by far its greatest strength, which is produce illegal substances, cut it with the rhino pill from the gas station, and sell it so you can repeat the process more efficiently. You start out really simple with just a few things to manage, and as you progress and unlock new stuff, the systems start adding up, and it becomes surprisingly complex. This just so happens to be precisely how to activate every dopamine receptor in my brain at once. Trust me guys, it is uniquely satisfying when numbers go up. I guess my one complaint is that there's only 3 drugs you can produce right now, but Tyler the dev has already said he's going to add more in the future, and I'd rather have a handful of well thought out options than a bunch of shallow ones anyway. It's like Master Oogway always said.
It's better for your pee-pee to smell like ass than your ass to smell.
No fuck did Master Oogway ever see this, bro? It's better for your pee-pee to smell like ass. I don't think that's where we watched the same Kung Fu Panda, bro. I don't think we watched the same Kung Fu Panda, bro. I don't think that, bro. We definitely did not. That's what I heard Master Oogway say. It was like, okay. Yeah. He said, what he said was, yeah, see, I know Master Oogway quotes. I know Master. Yesterday is history, tomorrow is a mystery, and today is present. It's a gift. That's why it's called the present. My bad. That's why it's called the present. It's a gift. Oh shoot! It's actually showing. Yo, I thought. Yeah. I knew that off my head. I said it. You know, I literally said it. That came off my head. Like, that's what it's called, the present, because it's a gift. Yeah, see?
Also, it is a war crime that a cartel kingpin like me can only tote a rinky-dinky revolver and a pistol. Give me the Dune Super Shotgun and it's a done deal. Now, I've played my fair share of simulation games, and most of these usually play for like an hour or two, and then they're left to sit and rot in your Steam library for the rest of the time. So what makes Schedule 1 any different? Okay, look, after minutes of hard work, I finally made my first batch of meth. I blew up the meth lab twice, but that's besides the point. But I need to get people hooked, so naturally, I laced it with fucking Viagra of all things to make my most addictive strain to date. But you see, I'm a greedy bitch, and I need money to fund this meth empire, so I've mixed it with Chili's, Adderall, and horse semen. And then I upsold it for $300 to a guy named Peter File, and it was so good it changed his skin color. Name me one other game with gameplay as peak as this. Half the fun in this game is discovering new combinations and adding different side effects to your product. Sometimes, fatal side effects. It's kind of like cooking in Breath of the Wild when you're just throwing random shit in the pot to discover new recipes. Which means you can be a lame, stupid, ugly cheater and use the online calculator to make the mathematically most profitable combination. All of this contributes to one critical thing that gives a game its identity. Soul. Hey, you better be taking notes. Take a look at these AAA FPS games. Okay, without looking it up, see if you can name these 4 different titles by this gameplay that I...
One of them is probably Call of Duty. Another one is probably Black Ops. Another one is probably Delta Force. No, that's too old. These games are kind of 2024. No, 2020, 2024. Around there.
Yoink from other people. If you said they're just different Call of Duties, you'd be mostly right, except I lied. It's actually just Modern Warfare 2 3 times in a row, and this one's actually Roblox, and I don't even blame you if you didn't notice because they all look the fucking same. I know it's been said a million times already, but this sentiment... If you said they're just different... These 4 different titles by this gameplay that I yoinked from other people. If you said they're just different Call of Duties, you'd be mostly right, except I lied. It's actually just Modern Warfare 2 3 times in a row, and this one's actually Roblox, and I don't even blame you if you didn't notice because they all look the fucking same. I know it's been said a million times already, but this sentiment has reached a boiling point recently, and we're seeing the effect of it in indie games like Schedule 1 blowing up. Mouthwashing, Balatro. Repo hands down produces the funniest moments of any game to come out this year. My side was a fucking roller coaster, and I'm gonna make a video about it soon. I swear I didn't quit, I go to school. Now Schedule 1 has all of Twitch wrapped around its finger. This guy became a multi-millionaire overnight. Let me hold $1. How all of these games managed to have more personality than everything Ubisoft has put out in the last 10 years combined is beyond me. Something you'll realize very quickly about this game is that it's packed with these deceptively intricate systems that all pile on top of each other to give you different ways to tackle progression. I mentioned it before, but you can try to upsell your customers and milk as much money as humanly possible out of them, much like Nintendo is trying to milk my wallet for Mario Kart 9. Whether they tell you to fuck off or not depends on how hopelessly addicted they are to my Afghan Thunder fuck. This guy is doomed, I'm gonna scam him. Then after you sell it to them, you can try to pickpocket it back and sell it back to them, fucking dumbass. Of course, I will then take the money I just made straight to the casino and bet it all on a hand of blackjack, and now it's like the deal never happened. Or you don't have to do any of that. You can hire 20 employees and make the sweatshop of your dreams like I did. There's 1,000,001 ways to approach doing anything in this game, and no game ever has ever tried to do that before and prove that it's good game design. This is the shit that sets Schedule 1 apart from games like it. What's this? Potential copyright infringement. These games look nothing like each other. You should know that because I just told you all about its unique systems. What's next? Is Activision gonna investigate Roblox for being too similar? Is Nintendo gonna sue Palworld? Well, that's just kind of...
Didn't. That's Loki. Okay, so something similar to that was what happened. This is really... Yeah, I've been saying.
What they do. Anyway, all of this is dumb. We can have...
Didn't what's it called? I think it was One Piece literally was it copyrighted Shinobi Life? Or I think it was Shinobi Life. It was not One Piece, I think it was Naruto. The creators of Naruto, they copyrighted it after they have to change like most of the things. The colors, the everything of it. After boom, if Loki fucked up the game.
2 indie games that share surface level similarities. We named a whole genre after one. I can see this game getting a little repetitive once you reach endgame, but there's already a content roadmap, so I'm perfectly happy just coming back to revisit whenever a major update drops or something. A lot of games these days seem to be genetically engineered to take as much of your time and money and hairline as possible, and I think Schedule 1 is another reminder that they don't need to be that. For being early access, I think this game is already well worth the money. Go play it now. For future updates, give me opioids, more locations, Blackjack needs double down and splits, and let me have Snoop Dogg as a customer. Hey, go write a comment. If you didn't like the video, go write a hate comment. Okay, bye.
Winning here is probably not a good idea.
That's well not. What the hell, bro? That's well not. Yo.
Aside from the obvious concerns of losing children or dangerous things lurking in seafoam, there are other things at play that are more dangerous. Firstly, in lieu of rising global temperatures, algae has been blooming much more frequently on coastlines. This whole entire area of this water right here is covered in algal blooms. As these algal blooms eventually end up maturing and dying and decomposing, they can leave behind very toxic material. These compounds have the capability of killing sea life, and at the very least, as a human, you'll receive a headache or ear, nose, and throat irritation. Rare, but still not unheard of, you can receive cardiac or respiratory failure, which is obviously very life-threatening, or liver.
All right, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to.
Oh, of course, this nigga is playing it, bro. Oh my days, bro. It's wanting me to hop on the. It's literally telling me, hop on the game. Hop on the game right now. I'm literally about to do it. How the hell you beat the game without doing any cards? Like, that's kind of